Hey guys, so this is day 4 of road trip, and last night, just before I start, I had this dream that I got hung, and then I came back to life, and I got hung at my dad's house, and then my dad was mean, and I was afraid he was gonna kill me because I came back to life, and there was a baby at his house, and like I was holding the baby, and then it like was nibbling on my face in like a cute way, which I don't know why. It made me think of Kinder Knighton. And then there were two huge spiders, like ginormous spiders. But then when we woke up this morning, Nicole had a bite on her face. So I was like, oh, so you probably got bit by the spider, and then I ate it. So that was disgusting. But I just thought I'd share that. I have really weird dreams. But anyway, we got up and showered and got ready and drove to we planned on going to Lincoln City today, and so we took off on the freeway and we went right, and we were confident in taking the wrong direction, and so we went a little bit, and then we on the freeway they get stuck on, because I always get stuck on the freeway, and we turned around and went back the other way, and it was really confusing trying to get to Lincoln City, because there's so many weird exits, and Lincoln City's not big enough so that they have signs for it very much. And Nicole's like the worst navigator ever, because okay, like it took us like an hour to get there, and I have never seen anyone look at themselves as long or as much as she did on that trip. Like seriously, like her mirror was down, and like we had music on. We were having like a Carrie Underwood a marathon, and so she'd be like singing, and then if you were the mirror, she'd be like flipping her hair and just like and then and just like the entire trip. And so like I was embarrassed for her. Sorry, Nicole, I told you you'd love this video, but I was just like too embarrassed to even look at her because she was just staring at herself the whole time. Like, I mean, I'll look in the mirror, but I'll like check for like stuff in my eye or like food in my teeth, and I don't know, it was just uncomfortable and funny. But so she would like be distracted, and then that, and like texting all of her boys. She has so many boys. I don't have any. I don't have any. But anyway, we took like the wrong turn a few different times, and then finally we get there, and we drive through Lincoln City, and we stop at the beach and take some pictures, but it was freezing. Like, it was so cold. Like, usually my feet adjust to the water, but it was so cold that my feet just hurt. And so I stayed there for like a little bit, and we took some pictures, and then we got back in the car and drove south to Newport. And when we got there, we drove over this awesome bridge that's there, and then we parked in front of Pirates Plunder, which is like an antique store. Antiques, right. And we parked there, and I was just like, I had been grumpy all day. Like, Nicole's wonderful because she puts up with me being so grumpy. I don't, like, I do these, and then I don't sleep, and then we wake up, and I'm just like angry. And then plus, when she does try and give me directions when we're driving, truthfully, I just like kind of don't like it. I just like, I feel really bad for my husband if I ever get one, because I do not like people trying to tell me where to drive. I just like to do it on my own. But she's the one with the GPS, but she didn't I mean, it was both of us, a mixed kind of a thing. But I was just like I lost my train of thought. But anyway, we got to Pirate's Plunder, and I was very tired and grumpy, and so I was like, I need a nap. And she didn't really have a choice, but I just like rolled over and went to sleep like in front of the Pirate Splendor place, and just like put my seat back, and she was listening to music, and she like got out and asked them for a bathroom and all sorts of stuff that I didn't even notice. And then like an hour later, the little woman from the store closed the store. I don't know if it was an hour or whatever, but she came out and she's like, are you guys okay? And then I woke up and was very confused. And I told you we'd been playing in the ocean earlier, and there is like nothing better, let me tell you, to wake up to than wet denim, because my pants were soaked, and it was just totally uncomfortable in my calves. And so I woke up to that and was grumpy for a little while, but then I got over it, and we went back into Lincoln City and watched the sunset on the beach, because it was already that late, because we're so slow everywhere we go, but we like it that way. And so we watched the sunset, and we got this awesome picture. Nicole took like this perfect timing picture of me jumping. It's amazing. And I did this one toe touch jump, and she missed the picture, but it like splashed everywhere, all over me. So that was pleasant, especially because it was really cold and windy. But we watched the sunset, and it was really pretty. And then we got back in the car and drove back. And like before we actually watched the sunset, we had driven like 20 miles. That's an exaggeration, to find this seemingly non-existent ice cream shop that she said was super good. And then finally we get there, and they're closed on Tuesdays. So not only would they have been closed for like 3 hours by the time we got there, but they were closed on Tuesdays like entirely. So we weren't meant to get ice cream, apparently. But once I want ice cream, I just have to have it. Like, I really do. So I I was very dedicated to looking for ice cream shops in every town, and like her little GPS, I told you yesterday how I don't like GPSs, and her GPS told us that there was a Cold Stone a mile away, and so I turned around and drove to it, and then it wasn't there. So the GPS lied to us. The GPS hates me. Mean little woman. But anyway, we drove to Lincoln City and went to Dairy Queen, and so I got something really chocolatey. And like there's this setup at the drive-thru where the people can look through the window, so I made really awkward eye contact with the guy through the window as I was making my order. It was very odd. And then he was like creepishly awkward and just didn't like he wouldn't look at you. You know those people who are like won't look at you when they do things? Like they hand you your food with their head down and like, have a nice day. It's like, oh, thank you, awkward person. But came back. It took us a really long time. And then we got here. And I'm really tired. And I guess that I'm going to go to sleep. I think this video might be shorter, but I'm not sure because I have no idea how long this goes on the camera. I'm sorry this wasn't a very interesting day. There's so many things. Oh, Nicole, I was supposed to mention, on the way there were 3 fields full of geese. There's so many geese, and I thought when we were driving up to them that they were mini sheep, like tiny little sheep. And also, when we stepped on the sand at the beaches, there were these little fish bug things that just like scattered all around, and it was kind of scary to look down and see them once you moved your feet, but they were just like cute little clear things, and they were like moving around and they'd dig themselves in the sand, and it was interesting. I found a really cool shell that I wasn't supposed to take from the beach, but I did. And that's pretty much it. I think I'm gonna go to bed, so thank you for watching, and I love you. Wink. See you tomorrow.